is going on, guys? Nips here, aka Sir Mancer, bringing you an ALOLAN GOLEM Pokemon Showcase slash Spotlight, whatever you want to call it. Basically a competitive guide and moveset for this beautiful mod that we got right over here. What a glorious, glorious creature ALOLAN GOLEM is. Rock electric typing now. Nothing crazy than amazing, but infinitely better than Rock Ground in my opinion. Not only do you lose few weaknesses such as steel and ice, you're no longer times weak to water. You're still weak to grass, but you are unfortunately times weak to ground now. But hey man, I'd rather that than be times weak to grass, water, weak to ground, weak to ice, weak to steel, weak to friggin' whatever else. So the rock electric typing for our boy Blackbeard over here is pretty solid. And then of course, we're looking at a phenomenal ability called Galvanize. What does Galvanize do? Galvanize makes normal attacks electric typing and then gives them a 20% boost. So it's basically a pixelate. It's basically a refrigerate. But instead of being fairy and ice, we got this being an electric type one right now. And of course, there's also stab, because ALOLAN GOLEM is half electric now. Boom. You get a 20% boost, plus you get the stab boost. That is 1.70 damage right there. And if they're weak to it, that is another 0.5, I believe. I could be wrong in the math. I actually don't know. Could be 2 point. It's, you know, you're getting double damage, alright? You're getting huge freaking damage with ALOLAN GOLEM no matter what. You're doing freaking great. This mod is glorious. Now, there's a couple of ways you can run ALOLAN GOLEM. There's no surefire way. But in my opinion, there's two ways that are definitely top notch for ALOLAN GOLEM. You either run what I have right here, or you can run a bulky tanky set, which I'll explain in a bit. But first, let me show you what we have all going on right here and explain my logic to you real quick. So, ALOLAN GOLEM's base attack is 120. Speed the same as Marik's, I believe. It is a base 45. So, you ain't getting nowhere quick at that speed set no matter how much you invest in it. As you can tell right here, my jolly ALOLAN GOLEM is only base 106. Now if you take a look at his IVs, whoops, that's the wrong button. Let's take a look at his IVs real quick, and I mean his EVs, EV spread real quick. If you take a look at this beautiful stuff right here, we see I have max speed, jolly nature, 252 speed, max attack, 252 in the attack stat, and then I got 4 points into HP. When I put those HP points somewhere else, probably not, but they're in HP, so that's where they're going right now. And that is our ALOLAN GOLEM EV spread. Now, IV-wise, he ain't anything crazy. He's just 5 IV. I mean, I guess you could say he is crazy. Not really crazy, but he's basically as good as you could get. You don't need an special attack, and the other IVs are maxed out. They're best. Good to go. At the end of the day, with ALOLAN GOLEM, you are going to want at least... you actually are going to want at least 5 IVs. You can't really get away with anything else, because you want this thing to be as tanky as possible to eat up attacks, and then hit as hard as possible. So if you want max HP, both defenses maxed out, obviously max speed and attack, so... I think 5 IV is the best way to, is the most limited way you can go for ALOLAN GOLEM. You can go 6, but that 6 one ain't gonna do jack diddly do for you. But anyway, back to my boy's moveset over here. We got 106 base speed, 162 attack, 150 defense, 85 special defense, 156 HP. Honestly, it's not too bad. You're pretty bulky physical wise. You're gonna live a lot of physical attacks no matter what they are. Especially the non-stab. You're gonna live non-stab grass attacks. You're gonna live non-stab water attacks. You're gonna live some stab physical water attacks. This is also when they're physical attacks, by the way, not special attacks. You're gonna live ice attacks pretty well, no matter what now. Not being weak to ice anymore. Steel attacks. You're gonna eat up without a doubt now. I should say eat up because you're neutral to him now, but still. Yeah, just his overall stat spread is pretty good. He is rather slow. Obviously, he's still going to take a lot of damage from special attacks, but the ones that aren't stab, you definitely will live. And of course, we're rocking a Focus Sash for those attacks such as Skull is going to do a lot of damage to us. EQ is going to OHKO us despite our huge physical bulk attacks with the EQ now. What else? Any special grace attacks going to do a decent amount to us. And just special attacks in general. There will be situations where you will go down to your sash. And if your opponent has no priority at all, you can sweep at 1 HP. You definitely and positively can, alright? So let's explain right now. Rock Polish. What does Rock Polish do? You use it, you speed doubles. You go from 106 to 212. Boom, you're set. You're outspeeding everything from, I don't know, base like It doesn't matter. You outspeed everything, including Weaviles and Crobats and Jolteons. Like those are like the 3 fastest mons that are non-scarfed. And Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl, Jolteon, Crobat are all at 200 base speed, I think, level 50, with a timid / jolly nature. You're at 212. You don't care. You outspeed him. You will outspeed some slow Scarf users. I think maybe some base 65 Scarfers you can outspeed. For example, Embor is like 128 speed adamant. And if it's just like 140-ish. And then with a Scarf it would be like 210. You're at 212. So you can outspeed base 65 Scarf users, I believe. I don't know if you can outspeed. I think you can. I think you definitely can. But anyway, basically you want to get a Rock Polish off, and then you want to sweep. EQ for coverage. EQ is going to hit those fellow Rock Pokemon. It's going to hit those Fire Pokemon. But obviously you have Rockslide for that. But hey, man. Maybe, I don't know. You don't want to use Rockslide for the reason. You don't want to risk the miss. EQ is going to hit electric Pokemon. It's going to be a pretty good coverage move on our lovely ALOLAN Golem over here, alright? Rockslide, obvious. It's Stab. It hurts flying Pokemon, but doesn't really matter anymore because you have electric, but still. You hit flying Pokemon, you hit ice Pokemon, and you hit fire Pokemon again. It doesn't really matter that much. And it's beautiful with Rockslide. You can run Stone Edge, but if you have luck like I do, you're going to miss every single Stone Edge, man. You will miss every single flipping Stone Edge. There's no denying. You just will. You will. When it matters, you will miss a freaking Stone Edge. You can run it, and if you want, go for it. It's infinitely better, but I want to run consistency and safety. I got Rockslide on deck ready to go, alright? Also, I only have 3 PP maxes. Stone Edge is at 5. Rockslide is at 10. I can make Stone Edge 8, but I don't know if it's my fun ALOLAN Golem set yet. So I just hope to be using my PP maxes just yet. But having only 5 of one attack is pretty big compared to having 8. Like, it does make a huge, especially with the pressure user. Oh man, it makes a huge difference. And then Double Edge. Like I said, Galvanize freaking makes normal attacks. I'll let you type in and then boost them by 20%. We got your new version of Refrigerate, your new version of Pixelate, but it's not an 8 move, it's just a Galvanize. I don't know why they changed the terminology, but hey, it's probably some scientific thing. Galvanizing is probably something with electricity and rocks. I don't know. Either way. So basically with Double Edge becomes, it's 120 base power, it becomes Stab, and you get a 20% boost. That is like huge friggin' damage. And if they're weak to it, you're doing at least 2.x damage to the opponent. Alright? Double Edge is ridiculous. It OHKOs Araquanid. My OHKOs a physical Araquanid. I versed one. I'm assuming they were the same one as me, because they're the same move pool. And they were really bulky, doing the same damage to each other before this guy in, and OHKO'd it at full HP next time around. Also, I forgot to realize, let's say, guys, Rockslide does work on bug Pokemon as well. You got beautiful Rockslide for that. And just double, just huge damage. That is going to be your go-to damage move. Yes, your HP is going to go dropped pretty heftily as you're doing a lot of damage with Double Edge. But if it's like this is like a mid to late game sweeper. Boom. This guy can take out 3 to 4 mons before he's pushing it, but if you take out 3 mons before he kills himself, do a huge damage to yourself with Double Edge. Alright? If you want to be cheeky and trolly, you want to run this in doubles, you can run Galvanize Explosion, do huge damage to everybody. I think Galvanize Explosion is now the strongest explosion boost in the game because it was Refrigerate Glalie, who had base 100 attack, but now we have Blackbeard, aka ALOLAN Golem, with base 120, using Explosion with the Galvanize boost. So I think we have 20 more attack points to factor with that. But that's facts you don't care about. Now, if you don't like this ALOLAN Golem set, which I think this is the best ALOLAN Golem set, his typing Scream Sweeper, mid-game sweep without a doubt, you take care of his threats, and he will put in the work. If you don't like it, you can definitely run a tank stat, max HP, max attack. You don't have to worry about the speed stat at all anymore. You can have a 0 IV speed stat if you want. I wouldn't recommend it, but you could. You could run Stealth Rocks, have a nice little Stealth Rock setter. You could run Weakness Policy, because he's going to be living a little bit longer than this one, as the item. You could run, obviously you still want to run Rockslide and Double Edge, or Rockslide, or Stone Edge, and another normal move. Maybe if you run a Thunder Punch for a reason, but I'm telling you right now, if you don't, if you don't lose the HP, run Thunder Punch, but Double Edge is infinitely better. You just make him a tank, basically. Instead of running Rock Polish, you put Stealth Rocks on it, and that's a tanky set with 252 HP, 52 attack. Partners for ALOLAN Golem is what I would say. Basically, you want a mod that can take water, grass, and ground. And basically, water, grass, and ground. Grass Pokemon eat up all those attacks pretty well. So maybe if you want to get Gen 17s going on, the Decidueye is pretty good. He resist all those. Anybody else I can think of off the top of my head? Another good solid grass type. I don't know. Just any grass type is kind of bulky. Tangrowth would be amazing, to be honest with this guy. Eat up EQs, grass attacks, and water attacks all day plus every generator. Tangrowth would be huge with him. Tangrowth would be weak to fire. Golem could eat up fire. What else? Tangrowth would be weak to flying. Golem destroys flying Pokemon now. Times for resist them. And ice. Golem is no longer weak to them anymore. So Tangrowth and ALOLAN Golem, pretty solid pair right there, folks. If you ask me, but yeah, I think ALOLAN Golem is a great mod overall. Definitely a great mid-game sweeper. If you agree with me, hey, that's awesome. If you disagree, let me know in the comments down below. Show me your set. Show me your logic. I'd love to talk to you guys. And with that being said, guys, as always, I'm Nips. This has been another Pokemon Showcase featuring our boy ALOLAN Golem, aka Blackbeard. If you enjoyed this video, show some love to that like button. If this video helped you out, show some love to that like button. And make sure you subscribe as well down below, so you don't miss any competitive Pokemon Sun and Moon content. As always, guys, I'm Nips. Have a great day. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.